In this module, we're going to talk about the Encanvas platform. Encanvas is technically described as a high productivity application platform as a service. What that means is that it's an enterprise platform and its purpose is for you to be able to design, deploy and operate as many applications as you need and change them as often as you like. You could look at Encanvas as a single integrated processing board with everything built onto it to allow you to design, deploy and run your applications. It adopts a similar design concept to Lego bricks so that non-technical people can use the building blocks we provide with the common characteristics of properties and connectors to create their applications in workshops without coding or scripting. Everything's done using parameterized controls, point and click, drag and drop, so it's easy to get familiar with the environment. Removing coding means that downstream there is less testing and tuning to do in your applications, so that reduces the cost, the risk, and improves the performance of the solutions that you're building. Were we to try and build up a picture of what the Encanvas architecture looks like on paper, this is one way that you could present it. It's quite hard to visualize a cloud, but essentially Encanvas exists in the world between the world of IT consumption with all of the different types of users with different sorts of platforms consuming and processing data, and then the provisioning of the data, the world of IT providers where we're sourcing data from the databases, creating new data structures, serving up new applications. Encanvas exists between these two worlds to bring all of the data together and to make it accessible to all of those different types of stakeholders and users in a format that maximizes your customer experience and delivers services in the best possible way at the lowest possible cost. Most alternatives are low code. That means they use less programming code to get jobs done compared to a traditional programming environment. Encanvas, on the other hand, is codeless. That means for all of the core functions, there's no real need to script or code, unless you want to, and if you do, the option is there to do so. Encanvas 4.0 is the latest version of the Encanvas platform. It's created using Microsoft C# on Visual Studio, and behind the scenes it's using all of the capabilities of the Microsoft ASP.NET Cloud Deployed platform. It's extremely safe for data and it includes state-of-the-art tooling to protect data while in use, while in transit, and also on the cloud. Applications are published in basic HTML, which means that they're accessible on most browsers and most computing platforms. You can look upon Encanvas as a collection of powerful data processing engines that have been brought together to equip you with everything that you need to create, deploy and operate your applications for your enterprise. The next level up in the architecture is the design environment, where these powerful engines are brought into a simple user interface so non-IT people can use them. And finally we have the deployment layer, used to publish, operate, maintain and support the applications once produced. Let's now look at the anatomy of Encanvas. You can cut up the componentry of Encanvas a number of ways, but this is how I like to understand it. It starts with Encanvas Create, the design environment, bringing together all of your data with all of your design ideas to design and publish your applications in workshops. Then we have the machine-to-machine processing layer. Encanvas IFX, or Information Flow Designer, provides the ability for designers of applications to gather and harness data and to create new logical workflows from machine to machine. It allows you to transform data and create actions, typically used by software robots, to mimic activities of users. It dramatically cuts down the amount of time you have to spend on tedious activities and data processing. In order to manage the deployment of tens, if not hundreds, of applications, an enterprise is going to want to have a secure, trusted, consistent environment for its applications. One in which every application contributes to the data assets and the value of the data of the organization. An application framework brings together one application at a time all of those applications needed to service your customer experience. All of the data comes together into the same data architecture. So instead of creating silos of data, you create a single view of the key data landscapes in your business. And the operational layer that we've just mentioned, the Encanvas Web Server layer, is there to provide technical teams with the ability to manage the continuity of the applications you're producing. The look and feel parameters of your applications are largely predetermined for your business, so that every application inherits common design styling. We use design templates to reinforce those brand rules to make sure that every application looks the same. It's very easy to change your templates as and when you want to. So if you have a brand redesign, it's easy to redeploy all of your applications within a matter of moments. Browsers today have a big influence on the way data is presented on screens to users. All of the design elements we produce are pre-tested to make sure they perform well with any of the major browsers that you're going to be using. Encanvas is a great aggregator of data, but it also allows you to create new data structures to support your applications. It comes supplied with codeless data connectors, so you don't need any other tools to deeply integrate your new applications to your environment. You can create new data structures to represent the most important data landscapes of your business, your customers, your products, your suppliers, your risk. The most popular solution and place most companies start is in the creation of a customer data platform. Encanvas Customer Data Platform is a specific solution that we offer that's especially designed just for that purpose. Operating a single view of your customer data is beneficial for many reasons. It helps you to place your customers at the center of your data universe. From that data, you can understand their profitability, their transactions, their behaviors. And so from the first engagement, the first touch point with a customer, through to the last transaction, you can see everything that's happening in the world of your customers. Ours is a always-on world of business these days, and businesses want their people to be able to work with data, whether they're in the office or off-site. So the ability to work from anywhere and at any time is really important. But coming with that are the data security and privacy risks. In order to allow your people to work from anywhere at any time, Encanvas has a proprietary data security layer called Ring of Steel. A key component in that security posture is Encanvas Secure Spaces. That's the layer of technology that exists between the client environment at the desktop and the server environment on the cloud. It's fundamental to the architecture of Encanvas Cloud. Firstly, because it orchestrates the creation of private clouds, But secondly, it removes the obstacles of infrastructure setup, configuration, onward support and management. To access the connection between the client and the server in the cloud, you'll need a password-secured login. Login details are provided to each individual user, and it gives them access to the predetermined scripts that provide the gateway into the cloud environment. The reason we encrypt the connection is to keep the data safe while in transit. Generally, Encanvas resides on a third-party cloud ecosystem, like Microsoft Azure or Amazon EC2. You can also install it on a standalone server. As part of our technical information, we provide a hardware specification for the minimum processing requirements of the platform. You'll find this in the technical manual, and it changes quite regularly, so do refer to the technical manual for the latest information. Encanvas is designed as an enterprise-grade platform, and so that means we know that organisations will want to massively scale the architecture and also replicate the architecture to different servers around the world. For that reason, we've built in that scalability, not just in the applications, but also in the data governance, the management, the reporting, the performance recording, and the log files. Everything we do gives consideration to scaling, so organisations can produce tens, hundreds and thousands of applications using the same technical architecture of Encanvas. Here's a view of Encanvas Create to give you some idea of how the application supports drag and drop. All of the design elements interplay with one another with similar properties. Just like Lego bricks, you use the same connection mechanism to bind each of the shapes together to create your own designs. In the case of Encanvas, we build relationships between the design elements and any data sources being used. Designers will simply drag and drop a link and then set available properties for that link. Not every design element logically requires every form of data connection property. For example, if you connect a button to a map design element, it will have different linking options compared to a date box or image. By intelligently working out which types of links are useful and appropriate, Encanvas cuts down the time it takes to learn and use the application. If you've never created an application on Encanvas before, don't worry, you'll soon get the hang of it. Creating data feeds and software robots works in a similar way. In this case, you will use Encanvas Information Flow Designer Suite. It sets out a tiny thread of a workflow on the screen. As a designer, you select the configuration choices for each step in the workflow thread. Then, if needed, you can concatenate these small threads together to build up more sophisticated data flows and actions. If we go behind the scenes and look at the interface an IT administrator would see, it looks like this. This is Encanvas Web Server Manager. It's one of the cockpit tools employed by your IT team to manage the configuration of the web server when Encanvas is deployed. You can look upon the features that Web Server Manager looks after as macro controls. They influence the operating behaviours of the entire platform. And as you might suspect, when all of these configuration options are specified, they're rarely altered. One of the new features of Encanvas version 4 is Hyperdrive, and we're really excited about it. It means that business analysts can gain access to powerful third-party application building blocks and data sources to embrace the latest technology in their applications designs. For IT people and coders, Hyperdrive is a gateway to releasing a great amount of time lost to creating mundane applications and projects to integrate existing data into sophisticated applications they've built. It means they can concentrate efforts towards sophisticated programming projects and leave the basic applications design and data integration work to Encanvas. Here's another cockpit designed for IT professionals to support Encanvas. This is Encanvas Cloud Manager. It's been around for a few years now. Our Cloud Manager cockpit makes light work of administering applications deployed on the cloud. It means IT teams can support global deployments from anywhere. Again, everything is parameterized, as you'd expect, so it's about configuration, not customization, whenever you want to do anything. Another new feature in Encanvas 4 is App Fabric. It introduces a new level of role separation between the IT guys responsible for provisioning IT platforms and the capabilities of the non-coding business analysts responsible for delivering services. For example, business analysts only see aspects of the Encanvas platform they need to create and publish applications. This makes it easier for them to get on board, start using Encanvas, and build applications to deliver their services. Meanwhile, the IT guys benefit from releasing more time to operational maintainability of the platform and important factors such as data governance and security. And they spend less time stuck doing the mundane technical tasks such as writing scripts and integrations and making buttons. With Encanvas App Fabric, every user group gets what they need to get their job done better. One of the important things we should talk about is the relationship between the applications you create and the Encanvas platform itself. It's really important there's a harmony between the versions of the applications you're using and the platform. When we develop new features on Encanvas, we want to make sure we're still able to support all of the applications that are being used by customers. Version Rollback is a technology invented by Encanvas, and it's been incorporated into the platform since version 2. Using version Rollback, customers can maintain coherency of versions between the platform and their deployed applications forever without needing to employ software release managers or custom tools. No matter how frequently Encanvas releases new platform capabilities, the deployed applications will still continue to be supported by the same ecosystem. And you get to choose when you want to upgrade your solution. Any technical developments we bring are always provided to customers free of charge. So it's always a question of whether you need or want to upgrade. You don't have to. And one last thing. When you're creating applications within Encanvas, you're not producing a fragmented data architecture. Every application adds to the value of the data that you're holding. It works into one master data management architecture. If you think about it, when you build your applications in Encanvas, you only have to support one platform, no matter how many apps or robots you produce over time. We've designed the data architecture to ensure data tables can be shared, whenever possible, across the applications you're building. It means you can maximize the value of your data assets, maximize the productivity of your team, maximize your customer experience, and minimize your IT costs. Thanks for watching. I think it's time for a coffee. Let's have a break. In the next lesson, we're going to talk about data challenges and solutions.